Hey there, welcome to VCode's 100 Days of Coding Challenge. Today is day 23 and let's see the question number 2. So the question is, write a Java program that finds and prints all prime numbers within a given range which is start and end. The program should use a user-defined function which we define, whose name is isPrime, to check if a number is prime or not. The function should take an integer num as input and return a boolean value, true if num is prime, false otherwise. So the function description is given, so the return type must be boolean, which we need to remember. The name of the function is isPrime and the input is a number, integer. So the input format must be two integers, which is start and end, separated by space representing the range, and the output format must be the entire list of prime numbers within that range. So the input of the code, if it is 10 and 50, then we had got the output of all the numbers, all the prime numbers within that range. So we already know the logic of finding the prime numbers and printing it. Here we just need to use functions to do the task. So now let's recap how to find if a number is prime or not. So here we need to write a function to check if a number is prime or not. So the return would be either true or false. So it would be true or false. So which is boolean. So what we are going to do is, if we are given with a number n, so we are going to check if this number n is getting divided by any number between, so any number less than that except 1 and itself. So we will go from 2 and then 2 till this number n, and if any number is dividing this number, then it is not a prime, because prime numbers are basically when this number is divided by 1 and itself. So if it is getting divided by any number between 2 to that number, then it is not a prime, not prime, else it is a prime. So not prime means here we are going to return false. So while iterating, if the number, so here we are going to take some variable, iterator I, so some I, so if that I becomes equal to n in the process of checking, so that means no number is dividing this n, so that we are not getting the remainder 0. That means that number n is a prime number. So in the else case, we will return the value as true. So this is the logic to find if a number is prime or not. So we had already discussed this. So let's use this logic and write the function for isPrime and print all the numbers from within the range. So let me open the Java file. So I have named it as prime numbers. So here in the main method, we need to get a range from the user, right? So first of all, we will take a scanner class and create object for it. So scanner ob equals new scanner and system.n. So I'll use this object to get the start and end of the range. So ob.nextInt, as this is an integer, and for end ob.nextInt again. So I have got the start and end. So here what I am going to do is, so I will write a for loop to iterate from the start to the end of the loop. So for int I equal, so I will start from the start till it is equal to end and I plus plus. So here each number I am checking if it is prime or not. So here I am going to use the function isPrime. So as this function is going to return a true or false, so if inside this condition we are getting the isPrime of I is true, then the condition inside this will be executed, or else it will go to the else part. So if isPrime of I, that means we are checking if that I is prime or not. So if it is prime, we are going to, so what we are going to do? So we are going to print that number I. So we will give a little space here after each number. So that's it. So this is what we are going to do in the main method. So now we have to declare the function for is prime. So what was the return type of the function? It was Boolean. So it will return either true or false. Now the name of the function is prime, and let us give some integer n. So now I will return here. So we have to return here true or false. So let's wait. So here I am going to iterate it from 2 till the integer n. So for int I equals 2, I less than num, so it is n, and I plus plus. If the n is n modulo I, so here n modulo I is 0, that means for some integer less than that n, we are getting the remainder 0, that means it is not a prime. So then we are going to return false. So directly we will get out of the loop and we will return false. So now if this iterator, in the process of iterating, it becomes equal to n, that means no number is dividing. So after dividing it with I, we are not getting the remainder as 0. That means it is a prime. So if I becomes equal to n, so we need to return true. Else in any case we are going to return false. That's it. So here the code doesn't know I because I have declared the int I inside the for loop. So I have to declare this I outside the for loop. So int I. So now there will be no problem. So this is because if a variable is declared inside a for loop, it will be alive only till the end of the for loop. After that it will be dead. So that's it. So here I have printed the prime numbers. So now let's run the code and check if it is getting printed or not. So now let me run the file. So firstly compiling it, prime nums.java, and now java prime nums. So here I have to give the input of 2 integers. So let me give 1 and 10. So we are going to get the output for all the prime numbers between this range. So here we have got the output, which is 2, 3, 5 and 7, which are exactly the prime numbers between that range. So this is how we find the prime numbers in a given range. So here we have used a Boolean data type, which is return type of the isPrime function, and we had written the function and logic to find if a number is prime or not, and then we had printed all the numbers if it is prime. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.